Today is day 3 on the Disney Wish. Today is Castaway Cay Day.
Or is it Key?
I don't know. I've heard it pronounced both, even by the cast members. We're going to say Cay, Castaway Cay.
Yep.
Anyway, it was raining when we woke up, so we were kind of bummed, but we made our way up to Marceline Market for breakfast again. They had the same selection that they had there the day before. I did get the egg rice that I like so much with some breakfast potatoes, a piece of bacon. I had a small Mickey waffle and a smoothie.
And I had a breakfast quiche with bacon and hash browns.
At that time, the rain did subside a little bit, so we did go out on the deck that we were able to look at the island and see what was going on. The all clear to get off the boat hadn't happened yet, so we were just kind of waiting for that. It was rather windy up there, so I was kind of concerned, like, oh, is it going to be windy all day when we're here? After that, we left the top deck and just kind of moseyed around the ship. Our plan for Castaway was to run the 5K race, so we kind of wanted to do that as soon as we got off the ship.
Right.
However, on the app, I had made a reservation for this royal gathering. I wasn't even sure what it was, but I thought, well, we didn't make any reservations for anything else. We might as well do this. And it ended up being that it was like a meet and greet with all the princesses.
Yep.
And I was going to cancel that because we're kind of old to have a meet and greet with princesses, but since we were still on the ship, we thought, you know what,
why not?
We're hanging out here anyway, so let's make our rounds through and meet the princesses. So we did that. And then afterwards, something that was really cool was...
I don't remember.
Okay, so after that, we actually saw...
Oh! No, I was going to say about the postcards.
Oh, no. We saw the characters,
yeah.
Mickey and the Donald and the Daisy, all in their beach attire, which I think generally these characters would be out on the beach, but because the weather was kind of iffy, they were doing pictures inside, which was still kind of cool that they did that.
Yeah.
Okay. After that, we went back to our stateroom to pack our beach bag. And while doing that, I noticed that we had some postcards in our desk drawer. So make sure you take a look at your desk, inside your desk drawer, because there are 2 postcards and some stationery in there. So I made out a postcard to my family that I was going to send. So I called down to guest services to see if I could buy some stamps, and they said that I could, but that I could also buy them at the post office on Castaway Cay. And I thought, what? There's a post office there? And she says, yes, you can mail it from there. But if it's not open, then just bring it down to the guest services desk and we'll mail it for you. And I thought, oh, and then it hit me, oh, it's Sunday. It's not going to be open. And she says, well, it's not just because it's Sundays. Sometimes it's not open just because people don't show up for work. I thought, what? But you know what? I forgot to even go to the post office anyway. So, and you know what? I never did mail those postcards. They were in my bag the whole time. But anyway, we did make our way. It stopped raining and we did make our way to get off the ship.
Yep.
And as we were getting off, they gave us each 4 towels, like 4 heavy towels.
Yeah. There was a lot. Well, because it was raining too, so I think they probably thought, oh, well, we'll give them extra to wipe off the benches and the lawn chairs
And stuff. So when you get off the boat and you go down to the dock area, you can take a tram or you can walk. I would suggest walking because it's not that far and there are a lot of cute little photo ops and stuff to get. And sometimes the characters are out. They do take that Jeep, which they did have that day with, I don't even know who it was.
I think it was Mickey.
Was it Mickey?
I think
but
so.
He did not stay very long, so we did not get any outside pictures with the characters. Now, the tram will stop 3 places. It'll stop at the family beach. It'll stop at Pelican Point. And it will stop at Serenity Bay, which is the adults only beach. our plan was to go right to Pelican Point so we could do the 5K race,
Right.
but we did walk there. If you want to do the 5K race, you do not have to sign up ahead of time. This used to be an organized race, but it is not anymore. You can walk or run at your own pace, so it is on the honor system, but it does start at Pelican Point by the bike rental place.
Yeah.
They do have a box there, like a...
Somebody would put like the cushions in for lawn chair furniture.
Yeah, like something that you would have on your back deck, but a little bit bigger, so multiple beach bags and stuff can go in there, so you don't have to worry about setting them out. Now, it is not secure. It has a lid on it, but don't be bringing any valuables or anything like that. There is an official 5K start and 5K end sign. It is a loop. It goes through the old airstrip on the island, so it is paved the entire way. There are plenty of photo ops there with like Castaway stuff and things like that.
There's a lookout point, so if you want to take the steps to the top, you can see the ship.
There is also a water station that does have cups, paper cups too, so you don't have to carry your own
water.
The 5K race does loop through Serenity Bay, which is the adults only. We stopped there, took a quick picture. We thought that we would be back later, and then probably another mile is a straight shot, and then you're back where you started, and you can grab your medal there. Don't forget to get that cute little medal from
the
bike
bike
barn.
And it says Castaway Cay 5K, so it's pretty cute.
Yeah, it's that rubber medallion, kind of a throwback to when we first started doing the Run Disney races. Yeah, so it's kind of cute.
Yeah.
After the race, it was about lunchtime. We were hungry. We decided that instead of going back to Serenity Bay, that we would just go ahead and eat at the main beach area.
Because we found out that it was the same food. Because the reason we were going to go back to Serenity Bay, because we thought it was different options. But when we found out it was the same food, we just decided to eat there. And it was just like the picnic food, grilled chicken, hamburgers, hot dogs, pasta salad, macaroni salad. That was pretty good. Good selection.
Yeah, after that, we did go back out to the family beach. That's the best beach, probably the only beach that you can see the ship from. So if you plan on spending all day at Serenity Bay, you're not going to be able to see the ship. But if you want some nice pictures with the ship in the background, you'll want to stay or at least spend some time there on the family beach. After lunch, we did hit up some merchandise shops. They have a lot of cute options. One thing, if you want to try on clothes, there is not a fitting room there, but the cast member said if you bought something and it didn't fit you once you got onto the ship, you can actually return it on the ship and they would give you your money back. You couldn't exchange it or anything like that, but at least if it was something that wasn't going to work for you, you could go ahead and return it and get your money back. The shop that is near Pelican Point, where the 5K race started, actually has Castaway Cay 5K merchandise. So if you want to get a hat or a shirt or a magnet or something, that would be the place to get that. While we were in the shop,
it started pouring down rain. So we thought, well, at least we're undercover. So we just waited it out. And it was a good thing we did, because by the time the rain subsided, I feel like everyone went back to the ship during the time it rained, so it didn't seem too crowded, and we did some more photo ops. We took a walk along the beach, and it was very nice.
Yeah, we stopped at the Pelican Plunge, which is the water slide there, and watched some of the kids do the water slide into the ocean. We didn't do that.
Probably a little too chilly.
For that. We did walk around the island some more. Got an ice cream cone, and then probably about 2:20 or so, we thought, you know what, we're gonna call it a day. We're gonna go back to the ship early so we don't have to rush around. So let's go hang out by the pool and do the Aqua Mouse, which is the water coaster. So we went back to the ship, and
I think that was everyone else's idea too, because the line for that water coaster was super long. We waited over an hour, which we didn't think it was going to be that long because we kept seeing the sign. Well, by the time we got up to the sign, it was just for the queue to make your way around before the actual ride. So, yes, it took a long time.
Yeah, we waited to get up onto the deck, to get to the ride, to get to the queue, to go to the ride. Kind of like at a Disney park where you're weaving in and out. Yeah. I mean, it was all right. I'm glad we did it because, you know, it was there, but we probably wouldn't wait in that line again.
Wouldn't do it again.
It was a very short ride.
Yes, exactly.
So after that, we decided that we were going to, you know, get around early for dinner tonight. So Lacey went back to the stateroom, and I actually took my things to the locker room there at the spa. Now, this is one of the reasons that we chose our stateroom on deck 6, because we knew the spa was on deck 5. So if we wanted to take advantage of using the showers there, they have everything that you need. They had conditioner, body wash, shampoo, disposable razors. They even have hair dryers down there. So I was able to get ready down there and then just go up to our room when I was done. And by that time, Lacey was done getting ready. So tonight we actually didn't feel rushed.
Yes.
Tonight's formal dinner was in Arendelle, which is
a Frozen theme. Yeah, it was like a dinner theater where they had the stage in the middle and we had perfect seats. Our table was right in front of the stage.
They come out and did a little song and dance and stuff, and then when they were done, they walked around each of the tables, just like a character dining location at the parks. And at our table, we had all adults, so I was really surprised that, one, they even stopped, and two, that they spent so much time interacting with us, which was nice. But yeah, it was nice that they got to talk to us and stuff. For our dinner tonight, what did you get?
Well, let's start with the appetizers. For the appetizer, I had a cheese and ham tart.
I had the asparagus, the chilled asparagus, which wasn't what I thought it was. It said chilled asparagus and heirloom tomato salad, and it was just like 3 little pieces of asparagus, which I like, so that was good, and I like the tomatoes. The radishes, I ate them. Gave to Lacey, didn't care for that. I mean, it was good for what it was. I just wasn't expecting it to be like that.
For salads, I got the field green salad with apricots and candied walnuts.
And I had the cucumber, potato, and carrot salad, which really doesn't sound like anything, but that was so good. The potatoes were made in a way that reminded me of how my Nana makes German potato salad. I could eat a whole bowl of those potatoes. It was so good. It has more of like a vinegar type dressing on it. For soups, I had the carrot soup. I normally like carrot soup. It's usually creamy and kind of sweet, but tonight's carrot soup was not. It tasted a little more acidic, kind of like tomato soup, and I don't like tomato soup.
And I didn't choose a soup because the other option was a split pea and ham soup, and I didn't like that. So
for the entree, I had the Arendelle braised meatballs with the egg noodles. And after putting a little salt and pepper on those were so good. It did need just a little bit of something to spice it up, but it was a little bit of comfort food. It was just a little bit of everything really good. They were really good.
And for my entree, I had the sea bass with scallops, and they were very tasty, and they had a remoulade sauce on it, so that was really good. I enjoyed that.
For dessert tonight, I think I had the best dessert at Arendelle that I had at any of the restaurants, and it was the butter cake. There was a funny name in the beginning, but I'm not going to try to pronounce that. But it was the butter cake with baked almond meringue, and that I have never had anything like that, but I did say that I'm going to go home and look for a recipe for butter cake. I have not done that yet, but I think I will.
And I tried the apple cake with ice cream, which was just okay. And then another cake, it was a citrus almond cake, which I didn't really care for either. And then we did share a sundae that had mint chocolate chip ice cream with marshmallow, and that was okay.
Yeah, I had a little bit of the mint chocolate chip ice cream since I like that. I don't like marshmallows, so Lacey took care of that.
And since I didn't really care for my desserts, I thought it would be a great night to finally try those beignets at the Bayou we've been wanting to try. So we went to the Bayou
And there's actually a secret menu. There's a secret drink. And I don't know if anybody really knows what it is because from other people that we've talked to or videos that we've seen, it seems to be different each time. And even our server was kind of unsure. He made it sound like it was kind of whatever the bartender had on hand or whatever he decided that he was going to make. So this night,
again, we're not sure what the drink was, but it tasted like chocolate milk. And I mean, it was okay. There was like a chocolate drizzle on it. They had a candied alligator piece of chocolate, and then the beignet was on top, which that's what I wanted. So that was good.
Yeah.
What did you think of it? You took a sip?
Well, I don't eat beignets, but the
drink itself, it
really wasn't anything special.
No,
I mean, it looked pretty. It was cute when they brought it out, but it was kind of like a chocolate, kind of like a watered down chocolate milk.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, agree.
Yeah. They did have one on the menu, though, that was kind of like a root beer float type thing with the beignet on top. So you could also get that if you really wanted to know what you were getting. I would order that instead.
So after our beignets, we saw the production of Aladdin. Of course, we had to fill up our popcorn bucket, and I had my glass of wine.
I think Aladdin was probably my favorite show. And it made me think, why don't they do these like small little productions like this in Epcot? Like I could see having a little stage in Morocco between the buildings and having Aladdin jump down from the buildings, and it just made me think of all the possibilities that they could be doing in Epcot with these little shows.
Yes, I think that was my favorite as well.
And after that, it was the last night, so they did have a farewell little song and dance party in the Grand Concourse. But beforehand, what I thought was really neat is they had just like an impromptu like meet and greet with all of the characters. Now we were already down on that level, and usually for the shows we kind of like walk up to the balcony and just look over, but we were already down on the ground floor, and they said, okay, everyone, for 15 minutes and 15 minutes only, we're gonna have like Captain Minnie here, Captain Mickey here, Rapunzel, Snow White, Donald, Goofy, Daisy, Chip and Dale. Like all of the characters were out, and it was so informal, but it was very organized, and the wait lines were not long at all, or the wait times for the lines were not long at all, because everybody went to like their favorite character. So everybody got to get that last picture or meet and greet. There was no photo pass there, so you did have to make sure that you brought your own camera, which I think did make it go a lot faster.
Quicker, yeah.
But then when that 15-minute was over, then they did have the farewell show, and it was kind of like the last hurrah for the night. After that, the longest line I think we waited in was for guest services, because we wanted to make sure that we had what we needed so we could get our transfer to the airport the next day, which, little spoiler, that didn't end up happening. We never made it to the airport like we were supposed to. We took a detour, so more on that later. More on that later. We did find out, though, at guest services that we could order room service till midnight, and because we didn't have enough treats,
we had to order those Mickey bars.
Now, I do prefer the Mickey ice cream sandwiches to the premium Mickey bars, but they did not have any of those on the ship, so the Mickey bars we're gonna have to do, which really was a nice treat for our last night there.
Yeah.
And that was our last night on the Disney Wish.